Hey, 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 hey.
Maxime's beautiful face is gone again.
Maxime's beautiful face never disappoints. So,
It does not.
to jump back into the game, let us recap what the frick is going on. Our heroes, known by the name of the Pack, have found their arch-enemy, a dark organization known as the Court of Shadows, which operates from a shadow dimension itself, is invading the material plane. And together with different fey creatures who align themselves with nature itself, our heroes have taken up arms against the coming darkness. As our heroes are traveling to a location that they themselves have uncovered, where a fortress of these dark assailants now nests within a mountain, they themselves are ambushed along the way by a couple of enemies from the Court of Shadows they until now only heard stories about. As within the Court of Shadows nests a flight of shadow dragons, two of which, both with riders on top of them, have now landed on each side of the party and has begun to assail them. The riders, armor-clad in colors of black and silver, wield gigantic tower shields and lances of almost 20 feet long, capable of poking them from a distance. It seems that these dragons and their riders both wield the power of fear itself, as their strikes instill fear into the hearts of our heroes. And that is leaving out the most iconic weapon that dragons can wield, their terrible breath weapon, at which the party is now about to learn how it feels once again as we come to the turn of the second Outrider Knight. On top of his beautiful creation, this large dragon begins its turn in a field of shrubbery that has been cast by Hannah. So, Hannah, can you elaborate on what the frick is going on with my dragon?
Can we show the battle map?
Oh, we're not showing the battle map. Yeah, that's a
I
good
hope we
point. It's on screen now. Thank you, Charlie.
Yay! There we go. 2 dragons, 2 riders, couple of heroes. Heroes don't matter that much. Focus on the dragons.
Okay, so the dragon is standing in a 20-foot radius burst of tangles and stuff that's holding him together.
God,
Nature
awesome.
stuff that's going up and
Awesome!
grabbing him.
All right. So what does the dragon do? What happens? Does he need to make a save?
The dragon needs to make a reflex save.
All right. So at the start of its turn, as all these vines creep up from the ground to snare this prey, he is gonna go ahead and roll a reflex save of 26.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Not
Right.
1 point lower? Just 1?
No.
Too bad. Yeah, then he makes it.
All right. So on a save, what happens?
On a save. Oh, that's such a good question.
What's the spell called?
Entangle. On a failure, no. Critical, no.
On a failure, no. All right. So no.
No. No. No.
No.
Nothing
No, it
happens.
just doesn't tell what happens when you make it, so I guess you just can move around. It is difficult terrain, the area. So
Alright,
if it's to move,
alright.
it still is difficult terrain.
Good to know. So, I'm afraid that as all of these different vines, very forces of nature, begin to rise up against this dragon, it looks around and just at the nick of time springs up from the ground and begins to take flight. And as it does so, it moves a couple of feet. There we go. Need to get these two. As it moves over here. And let's see. Yeah, Iroh is not gonna have a lot of problems with this. But once again, now the second dragon taken flight. Shadows begin to coalesce in its mouth, and with a terrible a thick cloud of black smoke, which seems to scream out, begins to curl all the leaves up and blacken them as if they have been dead for years. And with that same force, this breath weapon also washes over Hannah, Melo, Allison, and Grukal, which I all need to go ahead and make reflex saving throws for me.
Do I get... Is flat-footed a condition that penalizes on reflex saves?
Let me take a quick guess.
I'm not sure how prone works with that.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Let's see. Yada yada yada.
Prone means you're flat-footed, basically.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and multiple other things, but nothing for this moment.
What's
No.
the hero points
No.
count?
Okay.
None?
Oh, baby.
No? No.
So for all our viewers, we currently have the Fartifact activated. I mean the artifact. So if you want to spend your llama points on aiding us, you can use this. I'll be back into watching the queue in a minute. My computer has crashed. And I quickly switched machines. Nothing happened. But basically, yes. Currently, there's nothing going on.
Well, there is
Alright.
something going on. Allison had a 35 on his reflex save.
Damn. Yeah, that'll be enough. Alright, so Allison makes a save. So even underground, I don't understand why it doesn't impact reflex save, but it doesn't. So you can roll across the ground without a spick of trouble. Grukal, what is your reflex save?
18.
18. Ooh, that's a fail.
No!
I'm afraid so. Hannah?
Melo rolled a 32.
Oh, sweet.
In the meanwhile, Hannah rolled a 17.
17. All right. So that makes my job a lot easier because technically you guys are under/in trees, so you guys have a little bit of cover. But Melo makes a save, so he's going to take half damage, and you, even all the cover in the world, ain't going to save you from the black cloud that has been enveloping you right now.
Does
So-
Melo have a normal success or a crit success?
Normal success. So with that, fails take 27 points of negative damage, and saves take half of that, 13. Or, in the case of Allison, as he makes a critical success, he takes nothing at all, as he can dodge out of the way of this black death cloud.
27?
27, yeah.
Ow.
Hold nice and high.
I guess I'm
Alright.
gonna be healing soon again.
Well, it is your job, so in the meantime, as this dragon does a flyby breath attack, the rider itself is also having its turn. With the gigantic tower shield with silver embroidered, the emblem of the Court of Shadows, and in the other hand, this sickly black lance, he flies over and is going to go ahead and use 2 of his actions to make a... Come on, get over here. There we go. Right over there with
Oh.
Ryder on top of it.
Ryder fell off. He's dead.
And first off is going to poke Allison with a frightful strike. Oof, which is going to come in at a... there it is. 36 against your flat-footed DC.
I think due to the flat-footedness, I'm fucked.
Is that a crit or a normal hit?
That's a crit.
All right, so
I'm super fucked.
you take 28 points of piercing damage as you are poked hella hard in the stomach. And as it does so, you drop to 33 hit points. And as it does, you can see that while this rider was flying towards you, dark energies were coalescing on the top of its lance. And when it pierces you, this frightful feeling just enters your body and you begin to shake. As it is a critical hit, you are frightened too. And with his last action, he's going to make sure that this gigantic tower shield is ready to block any oncoming attacks. He's going to raise his shield. That will be all. As Iroh From like 20 feet, you just saw this black death cloud just wash over all of your friends. You just barely out of its reach. What do you want to do?
That's even a better question when I turn my mic on. So both the dragons are in the air at the moment.
Yes, both dragons are so equipped with gigantic lances that they have 10 feet range from the dragon's perspective. So they are not in melee range as of now.
And Allison is down.
Allison, the last turn, Allison jumped up and did get a nice hit in on one of the riders, but the riders have an ability. They are so potent at wielding their shields that when they block, they can smack somebody down, and that's what happened to Allison.
And
In
Wouter
that
is
case-
a mean DM, so he made me fall prone as well.
As is my wand. So these
This might
large
be a long
black
shot.
serpentine dragons are just flying in the air with these gigantic ironclad warriors on top of them.
In that case, it might be a long shot. Let me.
You're a long
I
shot.
am going to. They had a pretty good will, didn't they?
Hard to say.
Doesn't matter. I am going to daze one of the dragon riders.
Dragon riders, all
Which
right.
one?
Which one?
Yeah. Let's do the one on the left, the one that is close to surrounded at the moment.
That's the one that has already had a couple of hits. Let's see. His will save comes in at a 31.
31. That
31.
is a save. So he takes. Let's have a look. 2 points of damage.
All right. No. You had another dice with that. Was it, or is
Yeah,
it?
that was the one.
Too bad. All right. So, as you stare with him as a death stare, again, you can see your psychic energy just make this ripple in the air as it explodes. You can actually hear like the metal of the helmet that the rider is wearing just like ring with the force, but he can shake it off, and next to a couple of points of damage, he doesn't seem to be impaired by your daze.
And after that, I am going to go into Mountain Stronghold.
All right, and with that, you sink your feet into the ground, making sure that you are well protected. Then, after Iroh, as the death cloud evaporates into thin air, we come to the turn of Hannah, our druid. What would you like to do?
Well, you can see Hannah turn a little bit more red and point her staff and casting Fireball.
All right. By the way, all the damage that was done by the breath weapon, did you guys note that for yourselves?
Yeah.
Like on the battle map?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, just checking. All right, so with that, easily between both of the dragons and their riders, you can cast a fireball, and as the bead of orange energy erupts, none of your friends are in the fray, but both the dragons and riders are. So let's see how well they roll this time. Let's try both of the riders first. Let's see here. Because they have tower shields and both of them are raised, they do get a nice little bonus to their reflex saves. But alright, so one of them will still only be a 20. The other one will be a 27. So one of the riders fails it. The one that was already damaged fails it. The other one makes it. And now for both of the dragons, they roll reflex 25 and 24. So I think that both dragons fail their saves as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, go. Oh, that's not good. That's 3 ones.
No.
So that's 3. That's 2.
That's a bat roll.
You can't win them all.
Sadly, no.
14.
Only
Oh,
14 points of fire
God.
damage.
Yeah.
Oof.
That's one of the lowest we've seen so far, I think.
Yeah.
But
I hate
if you-
myself right now. It's fine.
If you add it all up, it's still quite a lot, given that you hit 4 targets.
Yeah. So this still was. Let me use math for a moment. 42 plus 7, still 49 points of damage
Yeah, it's
with
still
one
quite
spell.
a bit.
Yeah. And none of which was against your friends. Ain't that nice?
Yes.
All right.
Finally.
So you still have one action left.
They're both in the air, right?
Indeed, they are.
Kinda sucky. Okay. I'm going to let Melo stand over here,
All right.
and I am going to walk over here.
Very well. All right. So both of you move into position a little bit, and after that, your turn ends. As we come to Grakal. Grakal, as the black smoke evaporates from your view, it is in its turn replaced by a gigantic fireball that blasts overhead, and you can see both of the riders scream out in pain, as well as their animals themselves. As the fire moves out of the way, the day is yours.
All right. So, yeah, Grakal,
You.
who at this point had his weapon up, he's been assaulted already, breathed black fire on twice. His day is not going well.
Yeah, total day of suck. Like,
Like one round of combat, over half my HP. That's anyway. So we're gonna go for this. So first action, I will spend using Lay on Hands on myself, and Grakal he smashes down he transformed the Midsummer Blade into a Midsummer Halberd. He blasts down the blunt end of his pole, and as he does so, he prays for a few seconds under his breath as light shines down on it, breaking through the shadows, breaking them away almost, still coming up from the fire. And they come down on him, and he does two things with these prayers. First one is a Lay on Hands, which means that I recover some HP. I think 18 to be exact. And I gain +1 AC for this round, so that's also nice. Bam. And the second one is that I empower my weapon as well. I use Smite Evil.
hoo-hoo.
So Smite Evil, what it does, it's pretty cool. It gives me an extra 4 good damage on the foe that I choose now, which is going to be the same Dragon Rider I attacked first. So that one. And it does 4 damage against him. If he attacks one of my allies, it extends to the end of his next turn. So that's pretty cool. And then my last action I will use to strike. I'm gonna go for that.
Wait,
What did you
so
mean
what
by the last
happens with Smite? Like, he just takes 4 good damage? That's all we heard.
No. I add that onto my weapon. Sorry. So if I hit him,
all right.
I do 4 extra damage every time.
Got it. And if he targets one of the other
The
creatures,
duration
then...
extends because normally it's until
Right.
the end of, or the start of my next turn, I believe. Yeah, start of my next turn. So it extends if he attacks one of my allies.
So basically, as long as that guy is not attacking you, you continue to do good damage every turn.
My blade will continue glowing even brighter than it already does.
Nice.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
pretty
go ahead
cool,
and
right?
make your strikes.
All right. Let's go for that strike, baby. So I'm still frightened 1, which is a -1 also on attacks.
Yeah, on basically everything.
Fair enough. Okay. I'll take it. 16 plus now 17 is 30. Mofo 3.
Yes, that'll be enough.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll damage on that one.
So that is going to be 2d10 because of the weapon that it is. And let's see, because it has striking. Is it vulnerable to sunlight?
I'm afraid this little fellow ain't vulnerable to sunlight.
All right. Then just 2d10, which is an 8 and a 1. Okay. 8 and a 1 plus 7 is 16 plus 4 good damage is 20 against the Dragon Rider.
Oh, sorry. go ahead and do roll that extra damage dice for the effects of sunlight, because while this creature isn't vulnerable to sunlight, he does have another feature that is also listed in that list, I believe.
I'll take it. So that's 2d6, right? Oh no, only if he's also undead. Just 1d6, which is another 4.
Nice.
Which is a very nice addition. All right, so that comes to a total of...
Where did I start off again? 9,
9.
7, 16, 20 damage.
20 points of damage. All right. That is
Oh,
including
24.
the
24.
24.
All right.
Sorry.
Got
Really
it.
excited about fighting, and I'm frightened one, so...
I know. It's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. So, as this lancer just poked you in the chest and imbued you with the frightful energy, you slam your glaive down on the ground, and we are right now at the moment where the sun had just set over the mountaintops. But with that slam, you basically summoned the sun back up again. As for just a glorious moment, you can see the sunlight just crest over the horizon of the mountains once again, and this beautiful god ray slams into your weapon, imbuing it with power. The glow also extends to yourself as you close up your wounds, and with that holy strike, the weapon flashes once more with the power of the Midsummer Blade as the white metal strikes through, and you can see this nice gash over the full plate armor of this dragon rider, as underneath his flesh is exposed and he begins to bleed through his armor already. You can now hear him breathe heavily through his mask of his helmet. A very, very nice strike indeed. Alright, and after that, we are at the top of the round also, and there, I believe, are a couple of hero points being thrown about. So with that, as all of you are in combat, the green icosahedron, the green gem of a D20 that hangs on Iroh's side, different green beads of energy begin to spring forth and find purchase in all of your bodies as you can feel this mote of possibility, this extra boon in the battles to come that you can use.
Ooh.
All right. Then, as Grakal's turn is ended, the rider and dragon that he had just strucken are having their turn. So, first, what I forgot to do last turn is... Alright, that is good to know. So, as the dragon had just burst forth his breath weapon, you can now see that slowly but surely he's already busy. From all different spots, from between the branches, from underneath your very feet, different shadows are whiffed back into its mouth as he is coalescing the very shadows of the world to recharge his breath. But it's not there yet. So, what is there, however, is a dragon and a rider who just now were being attacked by this dragonborn warrior standing beneath them, shining defiantly with radiant light, and I don't like it one bit. So, what is going to happen is, first off, the dragon rider is going to go ahead and make another frightful strike against you, Grakal, see if it finds purchase. That, however, is only going to be a 22, so I think that misses.
Total miss.
Alright, so once again, the black energy coalesces around the lance, but this time, it's spurted out into nothingness as you parry the blow. However, now, as he has one last action left, he is going to raise his shield again to make sure that he is protected. But now, the dragon's head, together with its claws, are coming in for a combined assault. So he is going to go ahead and use Draconic Frenzy to make 2 claw attacks and 1 tail strike. And he's going to use 1 action to go ahead and make a bite attack. So all the sharp objects that this dragon has to offer, all are coming in at you. Alright, so let's see the first attack. It's gonna go... So the first one is a 20. So the jaws do not find purchase. Alright, so the
Are
claws...
they all against me?
Excuse me?
Is it all against me?
This guy's focusing on you right now.
Yeah. All right.
So, second claw. That is going to be a... only a 9... No, 20 still. That's a miss. Then we get a -8. 27 on the third one.
I have +1 AC, so my AC is
Oh, shit.
28.
Oh crap! All right, and the last one, natural 1. So, as this rider and dragon both try to assail you, you can twirl the glaive in front of you, the radiant energy itself acting as a beacon that like keeps away the shadows and also the assault of this dragon and its rider. No attacks find any purchase, and that's their entire turn, hanging in their place, which they are. We move over to Allison. Allison, just being pierced by dark energy. The spear the lance retracts, and your turn is yours. You can hear vaguely, like on the top of you, Grukal and the other dragon and rider being in heavy combat as like claws and shouts and metal clashing against metal. What do you do?
As I'm basically shaking on the ground out of fear as I look up this dragon, like, this guy, what the fuck are these guys? Like, no, keep away from me. I grasp to the side of my belt and I take out a potion and I drink it. I am drinking a Juggernaut mutagen, so I want to have some extra hit points, basically.
Nice.
I get 5 temporary hit points.
All right.
So that's at least something. It might help me a little bit. And then afterwards I stand up.
All right. That is your second action. Come on. I want to move him. Come on. Let me do it. Okay, there we go.
Oh, there you go. And my final turn, my final action. It's difficult. Okay, I'm gonna heal myself. DC 20. That is a natural 16 for a 30 is a crit.
Sweet.
So that's gonna help.
Oh yeah, get that HP up, boys, so you can get my HP up after that.
Yeah, basically. Well, you healed yourself already, so I didn't feel like, hey, you need it right now.
No,
Also,
I
would've
get
healed
it.
you.
Save yourself first, please.
15. I heal for 30, so I'm max HP.
Nice. Sweet. So, wait, what was your max HP again?
64.
So now, no. Right now, you're at 68. Because
69
you're...
even.
Oh, you're 69? Nice. I thought you healed 30 points.
Yeah, so I was at 38, right? So
You healed 30 points, so then you're at 68, right?
so my max HP is 64, so 38 to 64 is less, it's 28. I healed 30, and then I get 5 temporary hit points.
Yeah, but the temporary hit points are on top of that, isn't it?
They're
Never
separate.
mind. You're at 69. There we go. All right. So
That's it.
Very well.
I basically got a syringe out and I stabbed myself, and it felt good.
So Allison is doing a lot of drugs right now. First he's taking steroids, so he bulks up with the Juggernaut mutagen, giving a little bit more oomph. And after that, with all of those steroided up muscles, he can stand up, which is a beautiful display of heroic power. And then he injects himself as the adrenaline kicks in. His eyes go wide as the amphetamines are doing their freaking work, man. All right. However, at the end of your turn, we go to the other Outrider Knight on top of its dragon. Alright, so that is right over there right now. Alright, as this dragon and this rider are... Yeah, let's see here. Okay, Iroh is all the way over there, and Iroh hasn't really done a lot, so Iroh isn't really a threat. The question is, who
He's been
is he
yelling
going
at
to-
people, that's it.
Let's see. Alright, so, right now, Allison, it seems that you are going to be a nice, delicious target. They do not want to spend any of their turns to actually move to other locations, so right now, you are going to be assailed. Again, still, as you are frightened 1 right now, because your frightened condition reduces by 1 each turn.
Yep.
First, another dark joust is coming at you at a 24 to hit.
Using my reaction to nimbly dodge out of the way.
All right. So
That
once
makes
again,
sense.
the lance comes towards you. You have felt the dark, like, enchantment of this blow, and you quickly and definitely dodge out of the way. With the other turn, he's going to raise his shield, but then you can see the dragon. For one moment, he lets his wings go as he just falls towards you with teeth and claw and tail. First up is going to be his what do you call it? Bite attack, which comes in at a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, then claw with a -4, natural 1. Then the second claw
Hold
for
up.
a
Hold up.
-8.
May I interrupt? Because after the first attack, I want to use Glimpse of Redemption.
Oh, very well, very well. All right, so then we are first going to put a little bit of more music up here. There we go. All right, so the first attack comes in.
It was
Bite.
29.
Yeah, it was a hit, so that's going to be a couple of points of damage. Which comes in at a total of 15 points of piercing damage and
Ow.
5 negative damage.
Damn.
Wow.
All right. So as this happens, Gurkal, while he's holding away the other dragon, who's like biting into his halberd, he's just holding it. He screams at the other one, "Kuranal shall come for you! Repent!"
As for a second, this dragon, in its mind's eye, he can almost see the gigantic visage of Kuranal, the golden dragon god, just apparate in front of him defiantly.
He now
And
has
he
the choice.
chooses to swallow and pull back his head, not to do the damage.
Oh.
As he then comes in for his other attacks. So, the first claw coming in at, well, it seems that Fate is indeed calling this a natural 1, because again, this claw is a natural 1. Second claw with a -8 comes in at, let's see, that's still a 25 to hit. Sorry, 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
-8, it's 27. Damn, that's a nice roll.
And the tail is coming in at a 22.
Misses.
All right, so still one claw also finds purchase on your person, which is, okay, so that's 2 1s, so that is 11 points of slashing damage. So, all in all, not too much that these fellas did. However, this dragon as well is begun to just suck up all of the different shadows from the land as he also is slowly recharging its breath weapon. After which, we go to Iroh once again.
Yeah, so I'm still dealing with the fact that I can't do ranged attacks, but I can make them paranoid. So I am going to use paranoia on the dragon of the dragon rider with the most HP.
All right, so the most southern dragon.
Yes,
Okay, so
a southern dragon.
he needs to make a will save. That's on a 17.
17. Oh, with a 17, he becomes hostile towards everyone for a minute, I believe. Let me have a quick look.
All right.
It is a success for me.
So feel
now
for
I
him.
need to.
It becomes unfriendly to all creatures to which it wasn't already hostile, even those that were previously ally. It treats no one as an ally, and it lasts, because it's a failure, 1 minute.
Nice.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so that will come into effect
Yeah,
as soon as the
definitely.
turn is there. But you can already see that the dragon is like shaking his head, like, and blinking a little bit to, like, take in this new reality that it knows, and it already like gazes over its own shoulder back at its rider.
This
Right.
is the perfect
and,
spell.
And I go into Mount Stronghold again to
You just
brace
start-
myself for any incoming stuff.
Come on, man. Come at me. Okay. After this spell is being cast, first the one rider had this mind blast coming towards it. Now the second one finds purchase at the head of the dragon. We go to Hannah.
Yes. The other dragon.
Mm-hmm.
has a blindness spell coming to his face.
Oh. All right.
So he needs to roll a fortitude saving throw.
A fortitude saving throw. That's a natural 1. So,
Really?
yeah,
Really?
not kidding.
Wait, does it make less than 16? Does it just fail critically?
It's a
Yeah.
crit fail. It's a crit fail.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so it's blind forever.
It's blind forever.
Yeah.
All right. That's something, all right.
Holy shit! Blind forever.
As a dragon, yeah. That
As a
must
dragon. As a dragon. I'm a dragon.
Poor thing. Now let's just hope he doesn't have blind sense.
And you are the one that loves animals.
Well, this is a very humane way of like taking care of business.
I was aiming for like a minute.
There is a little side note to this, though. I'm sorry, because it's an incapacitation trait.
Damn.
Sorry, incapacitation. There we go. Which means that if it's more than twice the spell's level, which is 3, and he is probably higher than level 6, he treats it as 1 degree of success better. So it becomes blinded for 1
Well,
minute.
technically, this creature is level 6.
Oh, in that case, permanently. Fuck
There
you,
we
dragon.
Okay.
Fuck you, dragon. Although you do already hear now that like this dragon's eyes were already pools of darkness. Like they're already like these deep dark abysses themselves, almost seeming to like suck up the light. But right now they just become glassy and dusty. From a deep black they turn this sickly gray color. Although as the vision leaves this dragon, you can now see that while it is very like disoriented by it, he now begins to sniff in its surroundings.
Damn it.
Hey, you still did
Well.
well.
You still blinded the dragon forever, which is a nice thing to do.
Feels like
Alright.
a success to me.
So those were 2 of your turns.
Yeah.
2 actions, I believe. So you still have
Let's
1
see
action
that
left.
dragon fly away now.
I'll just stand over here, I guess. Wait, no, I'm going to stand next to Ellison.
Okay. All right. Then, at the end of your turn, we go to Grakal, still in combat with this one dragon and its rider. What do you do?
Well, I guess I reuse my Smite Evil. I reactivate it for 1 action. Because the rider didn't attack anyone else, which is okay, I'll take it.
He
you know,
did
no
it.
problem.
It was a that specific rider.
No.
Yeah. I have to choose like 1 target. So he re-energizes it and just swings. He swings and hopefully he hits. Natural 16 again. So that's a 30. I'm no longer frightened. So that is a 32.
32. All right. Still a nice hit.
Yeah. So that is 2d10. That is 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 7 is 19 plus a d6 is 21 damage against the rider.
21 points of damage against the rider. As the glaive again finds its purchase. As it slashes, it comes towards the dragon itself, but the rider interjects him, but not good enough, as the halberd again scratches off of its armor, but now the blunt blow still does a lot of damage underneath him, as you can hear the rider again jolt out in pain.
Yes. And Grakal is just roaring and screaming. There's no reason to this rhyme. Natural 20.
Yeah.
We still have 2 hours left to go for me to start sucking, so we'll get there. But for now, I'm going to enjoy what I have, which is going to be 4d10.
Oof.
That's 11, plus 15, 26. This is doubled. 32. 7 is doubled, so 40. Wait, 32 plus 14 is 46. Plus the good damage, which is also doubled, is 54 damage.
Oof. So, as the first blow finds purchase on this rider, you smack him bluntly in its armor and push him to the other side. Then, as the rider is turning over that way, you have just enough time to change hands on the halberd as you can, just flex a little bit as you are collecting all of this strength and energy in your arms. As you can see, with that, both the holy aura of the Midsummer Blade as well as the light of Kuranao begin to coalesce, as you can almost hear the blade shout out, "Yes!" As with one lightning strike, all of you can only see a flash of sunlight as this rider tries to block your blow, but instead his whole shield is carved in twain, as well as the upper arm of the rider, as well as halfway through the torso, as the ruined body falls off the dragon. But before it actually hits the ground, it disappears into thin air. You have fought different apparitions from the Court of Shadows before. These creatures who are trying to invade this plane cannot always do so in their physical form, and instead, they are nothing more than phantasms. It seems that Did Rider was such a phantasm.
Oh, no magical loot. Damn.
The dragon, however, is still fighting in its place, as you can only see from this burst of necrotic energy that, mind you, all of you miss right now, which is a very nice thing. You see a small talisman fall to the ground, the focus that these creatures use to push out their apparition into the world.
Sweet.
All right.
So as Gurkal lowers his halberd again, he just, he cries out in happiness, "Yes!" That's my turn.
Hell yeah, and a good turn it was, as now this dragon, without its rider, looks to the side and is going in for a full assault against you once again, Gurkal. First attack coming in for a bite, which is a 32 to hit.
That's gonna be a hit.
Alright, 32. Second one with his claw with a -4. Ooh, is still going to be, with a natural 19 on the die, another 32 to hit with his claw.
Yes, that hits again.
Alright, with a -8, 17. And Hail Mary with the tail, coming in with a -8, only 17 again.
Cool.
So, as this dragon just goes at you, first his teeth find a little bit of purchase. You can push him off, but not fast enough, as one of the claws also rakes you. But then the second claw and the tail only hit the dirt instead. So the bite and claw hits. So that's going to be this plus 18, coming at a 36 points of total damage.
Okay, so for 2 attacks, and this is piercing damage?
Piercing and slashing.
Okay, so I have resistance
Negative.
2 to piercing because
Oh,
of
sweet.
Barkskin that Hannah cast on me before this combat.
Ooh, that's
So I
right.
reduce it by 4 then.
Hell yeah.
So that's 32 damage left, right?
Yep. All right. Allison, as you see your fellow combatant literally slash this creature to another dimension, what do? Or it might just be the drugs right now, like acting at your senses.
I'm looking at it. That's how I do it now. No,
All right, so then we go to...
I slide over to Gurkal and take out a syringe and puncture his butt. Basically I pat him on the back. Well done, good job. Now the next one. And I will DC 20, heal again. That's a 24, so that's a normal success. For a 23 healing up to the butt.
Nice.
So that's at least that heal out of the way. Then I have 2 actions left.
Technically only... Oh no, wait, sorry.
I am
You
a
can,
medic.
you can run over and boink as a medic in one action.
Mm.
Could use another heal here. Still at half HP.
Oh, you're still so low. Oh shit.
I was
but
at 23 out of 105 HP left.
okay, I'm gonna heal you one more time.
All right.
Can't heal anyone else a second time after, but that will have to be okay. I suppose this time around. That is a, let's see, a 25. So that is a normal success. 11 plus 15 is 26 healing this time around.
Woohoo! Nice.
Oh, that is much better. So as you start healing Grakal, and you say now on to the next, he looks... Yes!
And as my final action, I twirl around my blades to cast shield on myself.
Very well. And, as we all know, positive reinforcement, Grakal does good, reward with drugs. So, we then come to the second Outrider Knight, and his mount, which now, under the effect of the Paranoia spell of Iroh, looks at his rider and does not recognize him, and as such, he begins to... One action uses to try and shake off with all of its might its rider, so let's see... Okay, so that's when I roll a natural 19.
That was freaking great. That was a great moment for Paranoia.
Yeah.
So that is...
Casting at a
so-
mount is amazing.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 35, which is a critical success. So with that, the rider is thrown off and lands prone in between the both of you as he had his hands on both his shield and his lance. He is completely sideswiped by this, not understanding why his mount is acting up. As this ironclad hero falls on the ground next to you, he does take
What did you call
4
a hero?
points of bludgeoning damage. Hey, we are all heroes in our own minds. Let's see, alright.
Yeah, that counts for me as well.
And after that, as I only rolled a 1 on my die, this dragon is now, after he has shaken off his assailant, going to once again burst forth his breath weapon. So, let's see here. He can get a 15 feet burst going by the time he hits the ground. So, yeah, so that's going to be Hannah, Allison, and Grakal, who are now in the breath weapon, as another black cloud emanates over all of you. So go ahead and make reflex saving throws, all y'all.
Does he affect the other dragon as well?
He would, if the dragon would be affected by that.
Ah, bummer.
I rolled 29, so it's probably safe, so a critical save again.
Alright, indeed, that makes a save which becomes a critical save for you, so no damage done to Allison, as your shield of arcane energy seems to just act as a funnel off of which the black smoke just drips away.
I love
So,
evasion.
I'm gonna use my hero point because I rolled a 4. Thank you, Marissa.
Alright, the mote of green energy burst forth to try and save you, but that doesn't
I
seem
rolled a
like it's gonna
3, so I'm gonna
Goody.
opt to take the 4, putting me at 15.
15. So, the DC of these lovely creatures is 24.
26. Oh, thank God. Okay.
So you don't crit fail, which is nice because I rolled 33 points of negative damage.
I rolled 30, by the way.
30. All right, so that's a normal save, dropping the 33 points of damage to 16 for you.
Thanks for the healing, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Came just in time. However, this dastardly fellow who is on the ground also has this black cloud just emanating over it. Doesn't seem to be bothered by it one bit. However, he
Asshole.
is now going to use one action to stand up, one action to, he has dropped his lance, and he's just going to get out a longsword right now. And with his last action, he's still going to raise his shield and make sure that he positions the tower shield between himself and the likes of you. So that is all that he can do right now. As we go to Iroh once again. Iroh, you have just seen a prey fall from the sky on the ground.
Well, I think I'm just gonna rush there to pick it up. So
Shit.
what I'm gonna do is as follows.
Talk inside of the microphone would be nice.
I'm gonna quit on this side or that side. Which side?
There, Spencer.
The last one. The last one.
This one.
Yeah.
Just in front of the mic. Yeah, I can make this. Yeah, I'm looking at my computer, man. There you go.
All right, so Iroh, seeing his prey fall to the ground, this small halfling sprints across the battlefield.
After I did that, I'm going to attack him with Flurry of Blows.
You're currently not flanking
the way-
with anyone.
By the way, Hannah, did you make your save for the
Yeah.
breath weapon?
Yeah, I said 30.
Oh, sorry.
then you
Yes,
said,
yes.
oh, then
16
you
points
did-
damage. Excuse me.
You're not flanking, Iroh.
That's
Flanking, you
okay,
would not.
I think.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. Let's have a look. Ooh. First one is a mere 22.
22. No. As the rider underground sees this small dust cloud appear as you come sprinting towards it, he pivots his shield to come in between you and himself, and boom, it's blocked.
And the second one is only going to be an 18.
Again, this gigantic shield. The shield is almost like, well, the shield is larger than you, so it's difficult to actually like try and punch past it, let alone get a solid hit in. So these two blows, boom, boom, do not find purchase, I'm afraid.
You have to go through
In
it,
that case,
Iroh.
in that case, I'm going to go into Mountain Stronghold again.
Boom.
Before I'm gonna get hit by something else.
Very well. After which we continue this adventure with Hannah's turn.
Okay, so I have a question.
Ask
If
away.
I use hydraulic torrents, can I do it up in the air as well?
Let
Like
me
up?
take a look at the spell real quick. Hydraulic torrent. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Never heard of that one before.
Yeah.
It's
A
a
swirling
line.
torrent of water manifests along a straight line, bettering
Yeah.
those that are in the path. So
It's a line from
yeah, so
you.
it's from you. Every
I can do
line.
it up as well.
Yeah, you can do it up, but it always starts with you. So it's one. It starts with you. It's one line starting with you to wherever you want. So you can do it up in the sky. You can do it into the ground. You can do it just in Allison's face.
Well, if
Just-
you say it like that,
Just
you know,
throwing it out there, like options, people, options.
I feel like doing that.
Okay,
Okay, no,
so-
but the blind one, is that the upper one or the lower one?
The upper one. The upper one is blinded.
Charlie
I thought it
pointed
was-
to the wrong one.
I thought it was the lower one, not
Oh,
the one
excuse me?
fighting me.
Oh, which one? Which one did you want to
The blind one.
blind? The blind one. No. Which dragon did you want to blind? I thought the
Okay.
The
top
one
one.
that
Oh.
wasn't against us.
The one that wasn't against you.
Yeah, you
Both
had
of them are against you.
you had the one that Arrow
The one that's
confused.
paranoid?
Yeah.
I
He's
wanted
still
to do the
against
other
you.
one.
The other
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
oh,
okay,
Yeah,
the
but
other one.
against
All
this-
right, so
yeah.
the
So
top
my
one,
bad.
the top one is blinded.
I'm going to stand over here. And I kind of want to try to do the hydraulic torrent in the way that he's going to bump against the other dragon. I'm not sure if
Alright.
that's possible. But I
So you
want
can target them both, I think,
Oh,
because they're like these creatures technically encompass a 15 by 15 feet cube in the air. So with your 60 feet line, you should be able to hit them both.
okay.
So
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude saving throws for both of them, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
First one, natural 4 on the die. Second one, 13 on the die. Which comes to a total of 20 on the first
Nope.
and 29 on the second.
Oh, yes.
So the second one makes it, but the first one gets the blunt of it.
Yes, okay, so that's 8d6 bludgeoning damage.
Oomph.
Oh, I need one. Yeah, should be.
A water fireball.
Yes.
Well, a water
More
lightning bolt, I guess,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
because it's a line.
Okay, ooh! I rolled 4 6s.
Oh,
Nice.
damn.
Put that out there.
Let's hope the other ones aren't all ones, because we like high numbers.
34.
34.
Yes.
Nice. All right, so let me just make a few adjustments. All right, so with that, as the torrent of water comes forth from your staff, it blasts against the first one. As the dragon is buffeted from behind, it is pushed against the other one as it is pushed 5 feet away. And as it slams against the other one, water also rushes against them. So that is 33 points of damage to the first dragon. And
34.
half of that, oh, sorry, 34.
Yeah.
And 17 against the second one. Nice! As both of them are just smacking against each other, not having a good time at all.
Cool.
Alright. So, I have put the dragon underneath all of you, because otherwise we can't see the other minis, but he is still flying on top of all of you. So, as this is going on, Grakal, we turn our attention to you.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Well, I mean, the dragon that's flying over me,
Mm-hmm.
how high up is it?
It's still just as high as it was, it's just shoved, so you need
fair.
10 feet reach to hit the guy.
That's fair. He's blinded, which means that he's gonna be flat-footed. Even with imprecise scent, I think that's just on perception checks and stuff.
Let me take a look, just to be sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
In the meantime, I will use my first action to once again cast Smite Evil. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pattern now, and it seems to be working, so why not go all out, right?
Yep. Yeah, and indeed, you are correct. He is still flat-footed against you. The imprecise sense can only do so much.
Perfect. All right, so as he's being pushed over, Grakal really does just a very easy thing to do. Just holds up the halberd and slices into its belly.
All right, nice.
With a natural 20 again! Sorry for that sound. But it's on there again.
All right then. All right.
Go
ahead, roll double
like
damage.
2 20s next to each other on my
Woo-hoo!
desk. It's like so nice.
And the disruption rune also flashes against this little fella, so you can roll a little bit extra.
All right,
Ain't that
so-
nice? As this large shadow dragon flying overhead is being pushed into the other one, you stand there with your halberd, and as this gigantic creature is pushed over you, you can time your halberd correctly, slashing open the entire belly of the beast.
And the positive damage also doubles because of the crit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So that starts us off with 15, 21, 6, 27, 33. 33 plus the 8 good damage from Smite Evil is 41, plus 14 damage from my doubled thing is 55 damage on that crit.
Wow.
55.
Whew, I'm out of breath from like the brain math. Basic
All right.
calculus.
So, as your halberd rakes through this entire creature, you can already see like large clumps of flesh, and was that one of its organs just fall out, and as they do, they also disappear into thin air.
Oh,
However, with his last couple of hit points, the dragon is still flying.
no joke.
Yeah.
No freaking joke. All right. Well, I mean, I still have one more. So as it's in there, and his guts just start flying out over me, can the blood remain? Like, is it black blood, or does that also...
I'm afraid that it seems that this large dragon is also just an apparition, and not really there.
Bummer. Alright, I'll take it. Still, as it's in there, I twist.
Ooh!
I just go for the twist right in its belly.
Dude,
And that's a natural 15. Minus 5 becomes a 10, becomes a 28 on that attack roll. Against
Nice.
the flat-footed dragon.
still hits, yeah. So he has 3 hit points left. So with that, as
I
you-
do 17, 21, 28 damage.
So as the halberd is neatly packed in there, the dragon tried to be pushed forward, eventually just catches on your blade, and with that, as a most ridiculous firecracker, you twist it, and the entire dragon explodes in a cloud of necrotic energy, which means that you
Everyone's
and Allison and Iroh can all make fortitude saving throws for me, please, as a death cloud emanates over all of you.
Right, my bad.
That works.
I'm just doing fucking fantastic here. I should lower my camera because my dice rolls are just better than whatever I can
Ridiculous.
do on screen here. I start off with a 33 for fortitude.
Damn. All right. So that's a normal save. So that's 11 points of negative damage to you. Allison.
I rolled a natural 19, very high as well, for a 29.
29. Also a normal save. So that comes to 11 points of negative damage to you. And Iroh.
I rolled a beautiful 12, equating to 26.
26. Also a normal save. 11 points of negative damage. We're not playing D&D. To you. All right, and again, the ironclad warrior that stands there between all of you, this cloud of darkness flows over him. Not affected whatsoever. However, this large dragon is poofed into thin air, as you can now hear this set of chains fall to the ground with on top of it, again, this black talisman that functions as the focus point for these apparitions from their dark dimension, as this nicely carved black statue of a dragon with its wings folded inward, his head pulled in, falls to the ground as large as 2 of your fists put together. All right.
It's probably worth a penny.
Then, as Grokal's turn has ended, I believe,
Yeah,
I hope
that was
so.
it. Just 2
All right.
fantastic attacks.
we go to our enemies themselves. As the large ironclad warrior who just had a couple of punches from Iroh is going to go ahead and just go ahead and try and make 2 strikes against you, Iroh. First one comes in, natural 1. Second one comes in, natural 2. Fuck me. Okay, so 2 strikes against Iroh miss, and he uses his last action to raise his shield again. This one goes to 2. Alright, so like that. As this dragon, after he breathed out his breath weapon, again, all of the shadows slowly begin to coalesce in his mouth again as he's recharging it. He is going to go ahead and... let's see here. None of you have actually harmed this other dragon, except for the fireballs of Hannah. So let's see who he
An
hates
arrow,
more.
right?
Well,
That's it.
Iroh didn't really hate. He's
He messed up
paranoid
his
right now.
mind. That hurts.
Okay, no. It seems that he didn't really like that this random guy was on his back, and he feels a little bit humiliated that he had this enemy on its back. So he's going to go ahead and attack the ironclad warrior, the Outrider Knight. So, with Draconic Frenzy, first comes a bite, which is going to be a... let's see, that's going to be a 26, which misses against the raised tower shield. Then 2 claws. 28 hits. And with -8, it misses. And the last tail strike comes in at a... no, still misses. Alright, so only one of the claws finds purchase as the tower shield is raised against his former mount, and all the attacks just boom, boom, bounce off of it. Still does a couple of points of damage. 2, yada yada yada. All right. So as these creatures are only combating each other, it seems, they don't really form a lot of a threat to you guys as we go to Allison.
Yeah, I basically, after looking at Grakal, who's bleeding profusely again, I'm like, sorry, nothing I can do anymore. And I turn around and I get my weapon out, get into my stance that I have, my dancing stance, and I just, hey buddy, behind you! And I basically start cutting him open.
Oh dear.
So first attack is a 25.
25 misses.
Flat-footed?
Yep, still misses.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Second attack, natural 17 for a 30.
Hits.
Third attack for a 24. So that misses as
Misses,
well.
yeah. But still, one attack finds purchase.
Precision damage comes
Yep.
through.
Yes. And +5. Because
Oh,
you are wielding
yes.
a cold iron weapon, and the creature within this set of armor seems to be a fey creature. That is, let's call it allergic to the metal of which your weapon is made.
All right. So.
And so Space Raptor, you have become a pack member once again. How beautiful.
Aww.
Thank you very much. And with that, we could also see our beautiful new animations that you get. We have beautiful portal animations from our very own Arno, Max's brother. So if you want to see some nice animations, then you have to follow us or subscribe. So that's it. Blatant poke to myself.
14 plus 7 is 21 plus 5, you said?
Mm-hmm.
26 points of damage.
26. Very nice. Very nice. As the first strike, your double-bladed weapon comes twirling in. You think that you have found an opening, and as you do, your blade just scratches off the full plate exterior of this knight. As you can see, oh damn, these guys are armored as frick.
Yeah.
As with the second blade, however, you do realize your error of the latest strike, and this time you can find just a kink in the armor and make this nice little cut in the abdomen, as you can hear screech out even harder than he should normally do for this amount of damage. As you can see the blood sizzle away as the cold iron is doing its job. Alright. Damage is done. That was all?
Yeah,
Then
3 attacks and that's it.
very nice. Then we go to Iroh.
Yes.
No.
Let's have a quick
No.
glance at my laptop. I think I'm just gonna go for the guy right in front of me again.
Hell yeah. You go ahead
And
and do
hope
that.
that will do something. Let's have a quick look. I am gonna start out with a Flurry of Blows.
Mm-hmm.
No, the first one is not gonna hit. That's a 19.
Ooh, 19 misses indeed.
Yeah. Second one is even worse. That's gonna be a 14.
14.
And
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna try this one more time.
with the second attack, as you critically fail your attack, as it hits the shield, he uses his reaction to just violently push you away. You can choose to either be shoved 5 feet away from him or fall prone. Your choice.
I'm just gonna do one step back.
Alright, so
Yeah.
so with that, you come to a halt as he pushes you away with his shield.
In that case, I am going to do one step forward again and go into Mountain Stronghold. And that's about it, actually.
Are you gonna stand there or one to the left and flank?
In that case, I'm going to flank.
Right, so here you mean?
Flank. I'm gonna flank.
Right
On
there?
the other side. Yeah, there, over there.
Right there?
Exactly. Yeah.
Alright, so then as Iroh's turn is finished, this ironclad warrior is still trying to block his attacks and keep on to his life. We turn our gaze to Hannah.
I changed into a Pterosaur with my aerial
damn.
form.
What now?
Shit.
Aerial form.
All right.
Pterosaur?
Pterosaur.
What the fuck is that?
The P is
It's-
silent.
Pterosaur?
Is it a large creature?
I believe it's
Please don't do
medium.
that.
No, it's medium.
Medium? Alright, so. Caw! But medium. Caw! Smaller. There we go. Alright, so as Hannah stands there, the gigantic torrent of water reduces to a mere trickle as this like little piss beam eventually just also stops and her staff is now just dripping wet. However, then the staff itself morphs and turns into this large dinosaur wing as her other arm also turns into a dinosaur wing. Her hair falls forward and the length of her hair now turns into this large pointed beak with these razor sharp small teeth lining it on the inside. As Hannah is present. As a dinosaur.
I fly over here.
Dinosaur.
Well,
Alright.
technically it's not a dinosaur, but I'm not going to fight you on this right now.
Your token is a dinosaur.
Okay.
So, do you fly up or?
Yeah.
Alright, so with that, as you turn into this new flying dinosaur, you've been slinging spells from a distance, but this time in your animal form, you fly upward towards the large black dragon in the sky to get up close and personal with the Maw of Order. Alright. As this was your turn, I believe, we go to Grakal. Grakal, you just had a dragon explode over your head due to your doing. What are you going to try and explode next?
Well, let's go 2 for 2, huh? I'm just thinking over my options, but honestly, just going for damage at this point is the best one, I think. The dragon is still flying or on the ground?
Yes, it's flying. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 15 feet away from me now, or still 10 feet?
Right now it's 15 feet away from you. So if you're standing next to it or under it, it is 10 feet away. So basically, this dragon is like 10 feet up in the sky.
All right.
So,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah. Guess I'll go for the guy first. Fuck him.
All right.
So he's within my reach.
He is indeed.
Am I like this flanking?
Yes, because we can point a line through the center of your mini, through two opposing sides of this other mini, and hit Iroh. So you are flanking.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. So first, I'm going to use Smite Evil again as I recharge my power into the halberd and the Midsummer halberd, and I strike for a natural 14, which is going to put us as a total of 32.
Oh, yes, that hits, my good sir.
Sweet. All right, so that is 2 and 4. That's 6. 7. Okay, that's 14, 18 damage on the first hit.
18 points of damage. All right, so as Allison is twirling its blades, testing the armor, one hit finds purchase. You give a growl from behind, and Allison, in tune with your combat style, just dodges out of the way as the halberd comes overhead, and this time, with a large slap, still doesn't really find the kinks in the armor. You don't do precision damage as Allison. Allison's strikes are precise, but the raw power and magic behind this halberd still does some internal bleeding as it strikes true.
Nice. And then we have a second attack left. So,
All right.
and that is that is not as good. 10 puts us at 23.
23, which isn't enough, as this time the tower shield again gets in its place and blocks the attack.
Guess I get to miss 2.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. All right.
Seriously, I think this is my first miss this session, so it's okay.
Well, let's see what happens now, because the dragon and its rider, well, former rider, are having their turns. The rider being flung to the ground, after the dragon does no longer see it as an ally, is, let's see, let me take a look-see right here.
It's just gonna cry in a corner, Wouter. That's what it will do.
I mean, it must be pretty shocking and startling that basically his mount suddenly throws him off.
Yeah, he's not
And
having a good time at all.
Starts biting and clawing at him, and he's being just beaten on from every side. This guy must be like, "What the hell did I do?"
Well, right now, he just stands there looking around at both of you and just goes, Mokturir Nakta! Shouting some sort of battle cry against himself and just goes at it. He looks and he sees that Iroh is the one that he until now has the most luck with, so he's just going to go ahead and strike at Iroh. First one coming in at a 29 to hit.
I love how Ira, every time, the first time he joins the battle, he's like, okay, I'm down.
Iroh's never just down in the first thing. But 29 does hit. Just
29, alright. Second
it's
one
like-
with a
it's-
minus...
It's my AC.
Alright, second one with a minus 5 comes in at a 27.
Nope, not anymore.
Alright.
Very high.
Yeah, he's still going to raise his shield with his last action. But he does get a solid strike at you for a total of 13 points of damage to Iroh.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Alright. At which moment the
So,
dragon is
Iroh is
going
in 20.
to...
Oh, sorry. Iroh is in 20 feet, not 15 feet, right?
of the dragon?
From me,
From you. Let's see here. I believe so.
right?
that would be 20.
I know basic math, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Because in Pathfinder, the first diagonal is 5, and
Yep.
or 1 step, and the second diagonal is 2 steps. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry.
Alright, no worries. Then, as the rider is slashing his sword against Iroh, the dragon is again going to continue its assault against his former master. As the bite comes in at a... Ooh, that's going to be a 35, which hits. Then claw misses. Second claw misses also. And the tail misses also. Oof. Those were some low rolls. Highest
And
on the die
high
was a
AC.
5. Well, like, if I only roll a 5 on the die as the highest number, then yeah. That doesn't do a lot. That does do a lot. However, the bite does find purchase for a total of 7 plus 9 equals... oh no, wait. 6 plus 9 equals 15 points of damage. Which the Dragon Rider is going to block with his shield. So this time, as the bite comes in, the shield is slammed in the mouth of the dragon and is like, as a tin can is almost pushed into itself, but not so much. So the shield does hold a little bit. However, the rider still takes a couple of points of damage, as well as the shield. All right, and that is their turn. Now opposed against each other, it seems that they are slowly being pummeled by our heroes. Allison, back to you.
Let's see. I'll move next to Iroh and stab him in the butt as well, as I do.
All right.
And yes, it has to be in the butt, otherwise it doesn't
No.
work as well.
That's
just gonna
like, you have
skip
to
my
bend
hand
over
in front
really
of
far
it.
for that.
Listen to the doctor.
I'm just gonna skip my hand in front of it. Just no.
That's a natural
Let it
one.
prick in my hand. Yeah, that's because I skipped my hand in front of it.
Yep.
No. What happens is that the needle pierces through your hand into your buttocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is,
like- it's-
I think it's 1d8 damage to you
Oof.
for the fiddle, so that's 3 damage. Remove your hand, idiot! And I stab you again,
Just
this time in your butt.
Just attack instead of stick things in my butt.
You get your hand back to your face, Iroh, and you can see like the needle sticking through it completely.
Ugh.
Like
Gross.
it doesn't even hurt as much. It's just gross. It's
Can
like
I-
you're looking
can
at
I,
it
like-
and your whole body is telling you that shouldn't go through there.
Can I like move away from Allison?
No, I'm sticking you in the
I'm
needle
gonna
in
do
your
a melee
butt.
and just run off screen.
Well, at your turn is coming up. Don't you worry.
The second one is a 27, so that's a success.
All right.
So you heal for 8 plus 15 is 23 hit points. So 20 total. 20 total.
Net gain of 20.
And the last one, I will. So yeah, I'm basically dancing and trolling around this guy and between the dragon and the rider, and I'm trying to find a weakness in his armor. So I'm gonna try and use the advantage that he's basically being targeted by the dragon, and gonna try and puncture him again, or at least stab him with a natural 17. That's a 34.
34. Yeah, that's going to be enough. So, as the tower shield is jammed into the mouth of the dragon, he can't use it to block your incoming blow, which does how many points of damage?
So a 36 doesn't crit, right?
36 does not crit, I'm afraid.
Okay. That's a total of, let's see, 36, 12, plus 13 is 25 points of damage.
25. As this time your blade finds purchase, the body gives way as your entire blade moves through thin air, as also this creature is exploded in a burst of necrotic energy. So I will need Allison and Iroh to both make fortitude saving throws for me, please.
Yush. Yeah, that's an actual 3. So that's gonna be a fail for me.
13. All right.
13.
13. That is going to be a crit fail, my good sir.
No.
Yeesh. So, Allison, you take 44 points of negative damage.
Excuse me?
And Iroh, 44. Yeah, critical fail. Double damage.
That's what, a 22?
22. Normal fail, you take 22 points of negative damage.
Dios mío.
As the necrotic energy seems to seep your very life essence out of you, leaving you cold and shaking. However, the foe is felled. After which we go to Iroh himself.
Yeah, this is going great, to be honest. The dragon, is it still in the air or is it on the ground?
The entire combat, the dragon has always been in the air. And he will remain to do so until you guys do anything to get him down.
I'm going to daze him.
Alright, so he is going to go ahead and make, it's going to be 17 on the die plus 11 is going to be 28 on its will save.
That's a... So it's 1 plus... So 6 points of damage.
Alright.
But no other effects.
Still though, 6 points of psychic damage come in. Sorry, mental damage. At this little fellow right there. Alright, so those are 2 of your actions. You still have 1 left.
I think Mountain Stronghold again. Unless he is going to keep doing that, the Dragon's Breath.
And you are going to
likely
get yourself protected once again. As we turn our attention to the flying creature next to the dragon, Hannah, in your animal form. You are flying up next to the dragon, in its face.
Use my beak to
do the
do
poop.
the attacky.
Back. So Woody Woodpecker is coming here, but like a little bit bigger than that.
Yes. And that's 30.
30, yeah, that'll hit.
Is it a crit?
He's not a crit.
Too bad. Okay,
He's
so
a dragon.
he's doing- So that's 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
And then I do again.
You do again.
That's 13.
13 as a total to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, 13 misses, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I thought so. So my last attack is not much better. No, it's 14.
14? Almost, but no cigar.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, I
He
tried.
he does seem to have a higher AC than a actual rock on the ground. So,
What?
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, like
But it's a dragon.
it is a dragon.
It's basically a rock.
It's basically like a large black flying rock. I agree.
You're bullying me.
No, the dragon is bullying you. The dragon.
Fair.
All right. So Grukal, standing here in a field, everything has been blackened and reduced to dust by the necrotic breath weapons of this shadow dragon flying in front of you. You still hold in your hands the radiant blade of your halberd. What the fuck do you want to do then? Come at me, scrub.
Kill him.
No, I'm thinking I don't want to kill you guys.
Oh.
Clear.
Because if I blow up the thing, you guys are gonna also be very, very much in trouble. But you know what? Let's just go for it. And
Issue dragon.
yeah, I think everyone's gonna be damaged except for Iroh. So I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna move here.
Yeah, alright.
And after that, I will use Smite Evil first.
Alright, so...
No, actually, sorry.
No.
I'm just going to go for 2 strikes. Yeah,
Alright.
that's a better option.
So you haul ass across the field to get in a nice position with the dragon. Technically, you are not flanking because you are both attacking upward.
All right. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So if you want to retcon what you did right now because you thought you would be flanking.
Well,
then
either
you
way,
can
I
do
need
so.
to stride to put him in reach. So, whatever.
Fair enough.
So then I'm going to attack twice. First
All
attack
right.
with a plus 18 on my mod
Oh damn!
is a 16. Nice. So that puts me at 34.
Oof.
bad.
Well, it seems you do not need to be flanking because that, my good sir, is a critical hit.
Oh, no joke?
No joke at all.
Nice. All right.
Like jokes have left
The building.
the sentence. Well, not the building, just that sentence. There were no
Alright.
jokes in that sentence.
Starts us off with 10 and 15. That's 25. That's 34. Plus 14 is 48 damage.
How many times
48
have you
points of
critted
damage.
already?
This is my 3rd crit today. It's freaking insane. So as Gurkal just runs around and he makes this large sweep, just and then I go in for the second attack as
Alright.
I use the pushback or the whatever to attack twice.
Very weird, but that's also how he sounds. It's very not Gurkal-like, but
Second one is a total miss. So just get strikes past the dragon as he needs to dodge the tail.
Alright, so as you come, your first strike finds purchase, but the second one, with like a back glance, the dragon just smacks his tail at you on the ground, disoriented. Your second attack misses indeed. However, after your turn has been concluded, the dragon itself is going to go ahead and, still feeling the bite of your radiant weapon, turns its gaze now towards you. No, he does not turn its gaze towards you. He is going to use one large wing flap to fly upward. He's going to move. I don't know if you have an attack of opportunity. I do not believe you do. All right, so with that, the dragon's reach is increased as with one last wing flap. His breath weapon has recharged and once again finds purchase, this time on all of you, as a 30-foot burst is splashed over each and every one of you. It's a beautiful scene to behold. Like from afar, you can see like this black dragon with like this beautiful torrent of black smoke, which just billows underneath all of the shrubs, with you in the middle. Reflex saves around.
How far up did he move?
Let's see. He would have to move 25 feet up.
All right.
Because
yeah, okay.
right now he would be 20 feet up. So right now he would be 30 feet off the ground because he needs to get like that distance to get like the most out of his breath weapon to hit all of you. All right. So with
This
that,
is gonna suck.
reflex save for all y'all.
Don't forget that the 3 of you have a hero point left over. Just,
won't be needing that thing.
Just a question, I forgot to do this last time, but my plate armor gives me an extra dexterity point on the reflex save.
Ah,
Or-
yes, bulwark.
Yeah. Sweet. That actually helps a little bit, giving me a 26.
All right, 26 is a save. Hannah,
32 for Melo,
save.
and 21 for me.
Fail.
Ooh.
Iroh,
27.
save.
But if I have a reflex save, it's going to be a critical save.
Sweet, so no damage to you whatsoever. And Allison,
Just a 36.
36. All right, so you don't need your feat because a 36 is already a crit save. All right, so fail, Hannah, 36 points of damage, and 18 to Grakal, as he is also not really having such a good day, but still
And
quite
Melo?
an okay day.
And
Oh,
Melo?
Melo was also a fail, I believe.
A save.
No, save.
Oh, sorry. So Melo takes 18 points of damage. Squeeze me. All right. However, now as this creature is hanging high in the air at a total of 30 feet distance, we move ourselves to Allison. He's all the way up there now. The fuck?
Fuck am I gonna do about that?
Yeah. Is your dragon?
It's a dragon. It's a
Is
mean
it
dragon. Does it look like a hurt dragon?
He does look pretty hurt, yeah.
Also,
But he looks mostly like a dragon.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna run up to Grakal and I'm gonna ask him like, "Can you toss me to Hannah?" Because Hannah's almost dying in the air as well, and I want to stab her with a needle.
What?
All right, so we'll say you will hold your action to do some acrobatic shenanigans if Grakal will deem it worthy. All right, so that is your turn. Iroh.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have the problem that on range, I am just not good at all. So I am going to probably daze him again.
All right, so mind powers activate, and that is a 14.
A 14 is a fail.
3 plus
So in that
11.
case- That's 2 points of damage again. Oh no, 3 at the moment. 3 points of damage.
3 points. Yes. All right.
Yeah, score.
3 points of damage done to the beast as the mind powers again explode around its head. As you can see it already shake it off a little bit. He shakes it off. All right, so those are 2 of your actions. Still 1 left.
Mount a stronghold again.
All right, and again,
Yep.
standing strong. We go to Hannah. In your avian form, the creature just enveloped you in black smoke once again, seeping the very life essence out of you. You can now see it 20 feet higher than it was before, flying there like a little bitch.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. Okay, so I kind of feel the pressure of being the only one that can reach it right now. So I'm just going to go after it and
All right.
annoy
So,
it.
with the last little pieces of your energy, you fly forward and upward towards this creature. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
That's a 26.
Hits.
3. So that's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. All right.
Oh, wait, no, 15. Sorry.
Ooh, 15. All right. How do you want to do this?
Really?
No. Yes.
Oh.
So.
Okay, so I kind of want to peck it in the eye and plop it through the other eye hole.
Damn. All right. Hannah coming in for the gruesome kill. So as this breath weapon finishes to unload its necrotic energy over all of you, you can see through the smoke your prey right there. And with one large swoop of your wings, you, as a javelin, your long beak finds purchase. He only has enough time to turn a little bit and look at you with one eye, to see the eye go wide and open as you pluck in one eye and begin to flap your wings even more to push forward, until eventually, as the dragon is screaming out, you can see Hannah and this creature being like thrown back and forth as the head of the dragon tries to shake Hannah off. But eventually the beak pierces out of the other side, at which moment the dragon leaves out one last as a explosion of necrotic energy.
Oh, wait.
Hannah,
No.
go ahead and make me a fortitude save, Hannah.
Shit. Oh, I
So,
forgot about that.
as Allison was getting ready to jump at Hannah, and he readied an action, I feel like maybe he could try and catch her as she falls down onto the ground.
This was my idea.
All right. So, what is your fortitude save?
It's 28. I can
28.
count.
All right. So that's a save. So you take half damage, which is 12.
Okay, so I'm down.
All right. So with that, as you are downed, I think we can leave the battle map for what it is and go to the normal screen once again. So, as Hannah pierces the eye of the dragon explodes in a cloud of darkness, and from it, as a blackened comet, you can see Hannah's lifeless, seemingly body now turned back to her human form. Her staff goes tumbling down as her body falls. Grakal, would you like to throw a Allison?
I mean, if I have time for that.
All right, go ahead
But
and make
I
me...
mean, it sounds more prudent to just try and catch her together with Allison, right?
Whatever you wanted. What do you want to do? Allison just ran up to you and asked, "Can you throw me?"
Nah, I think Grakal at this point is gonna just try and catch Hannah.
All right, so Allison, throw me, and Allison Grakal just walks past Allison and goes in.
Nope.
All right. I'd say go ahead and make me a reflex save, please.
That's gonna be a 20 total.
20 total. All right, so that is going to be pretty difficult. However, I will. You know what? I'll let you guys share the fall damage of Hannah. Seems appropriate.
Wait,
Sure.
So let's see. That comes to a total of 10, so 5 points of fall damage for each of you. However, it is very difficult to catch somebody from such a great height at the nick of time to not let it also hurt it. So as you do so, with the hard crunch, Hannah falls into your dragonborn arms, and with that you can actually hear her the last piece of air leave her lungs. And as she lays there, she is not breathing at the moment. Alright, so at that moment, we do go to Grakal's turn.
Wait, do I go to dying 2 for getting more damage?
Correct, yes. So your dying increases by 1. So you're dying
dying
2 right now. Although I do believe, well, it's Grakal's turn now. What do you want to do? You can snap Hannah's neck if you want.
Yes! Wait, no. What?
That's something you can do. Just listing your
plot
options.
twist.
Just listing your options.
I run her over to Allison, and I put her down in front of him.
All right.
Best I can do.
Now's
Very
the time to eat Melo.
I will
Yeah,
eat
please.
you. I can
Okay,
still
so-
control Milo.
So
As Grakal catched Hannah, he runs over and daintily places Hannah in front of you. The operating table being nothing more than just a patch of now brown grass. What do you do, Allison?
I'll be quick about it and I'll stab her in the butt.
All right.
Like this is gonna work.
I am
out.
laying on my back. Are you going to turn me around to stab me in the butt?
Yeah,
This has to be in the butt.
No.
It has to be in the butt. Look, Allison created these medicine. Like you can think a lot about like the way he designed it, but this is how it works. So as Grakal lays down Hannah very daintily, Allison turns her over to her butt. Do you need to also like lift the skirt, or can you just do it through the fabric? Okay.
No, that'd be too far. That'd be too far. That'd be rape, kind of.
All right. So into the butt.
Natural 18 for 32, so that's a crit.
All right. Yeah. So with that, as the butt pierce comes through, you can hear Hannah already like shout into the grass and dirt a little bit, like "Arr," as she comes back to consciousness. And
you
as
regain 44 hit points.
oof, and as both dragons and riders have exploded into nothing more than clouds of darkness, these apparitions of your foes, summoned from the Shadowfell, are slain. At which moment we will take a little break. And we will be back at 10 sharp for another hour of dastardly adventures of the pack. So guys, see you then.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Greetings everyone and welcome back. We still have a beautiful hour to enjoy the game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition with all y'all. So without further ado, let's jump back into the game. But as we might also have some people tuning in later or watching this piece of the episode at a later time, let me recap for all of you what the fuck's going on. Last we left off, our heroes, known as the Pack, have started and joined an ongoing campaign against a dark organization known as the Court of Shadows. Underway to one of their strongholds, our heroes were just ambushed by members of this very organization. 2 armor-clad warriors on the backs of black dragons have been assailing our heroes, but eventually have been vanquished by them. Poofing away into nothing more than clouds of black smoke, these creatures were only apparitions, for our heroes have learned that the Court of Shadows itself resides in another plane of existence, the Shadowfell. And while it is difficult for them to travel here to the material plane in their physical form, these apparitions can still find their way here through the use of different talismans, 4 of which now lie scattered on the ground because their apparitions have been slain. 2 small little necklaces being capable to be worn by medium-sized creatures such as the 2 knights, and 2 large double fist-sized medallions of black stone in the form of a hunched over black dragon with a large set of chains adorned with it. As the rest of the battlefield now is lain before you, scourged and dead by the different breath weapons that the dragons spewed over all of you, Hannah, who fell unconscious by slaying the last dragon, is now brought back to the land of the living. And as all of you are still filled with adrenaline, we tune in into the pack. So, what would you all like to do?
Everyone okay?
I look at my hand. I look at Allison. I look back at my hand. I look back at Allison, and I just look at Allison and say, "Next time, it's gonna go in my arm. We're not gonna do this again. It's gonna go in my arm."
This is a lot safer, you know? But if you want it in your arm, you can have it in your arm. But probably it will...
Is it safer?
Not if you put your hand there.
We have slain dragons once more.
We have...
The pack is victorious. We have
True.
done well.
Well, I'm not so sure. Because those people now know that we're coming. So the next bit of our travels will probably be a lot more tough.
Let them know. Let them quake in boots as we approach. Let them feel fear.
I hope they do. All right. Let's move a couple of feet that way, and I'll bandage everyone up, and we'll continue our travels. Who wants some tea?
Rolling.
So I guess we spent the next hour using lay on hands and your
Treat wounds.
medic abilities. Gurkha has one more question. He points with his halberd at the lockets scattered around the battlefield. I shall destroy cannot risk to keep, yes?
The last time they did notice our location due to it, but I don't think that happens when we have it in the bag of holding. And I feel like we need to at least have a couple of these to be able to examine them later. We need to know
We have
what
already
they
given
are.
one. To...
Yes, but not a dragon one. Like, we need to be able to give them to the Cerulean Circle at some point.
So we keep one and you destroy the other one, right?
Yes.
Well, if we destroy if we keep one, why destroy the other? Like, these might actually be worth something as well.
If
just put them in
things
the
go
bag.
I'm
bad,
not going to sell this to people. This
No.
is dangerous.
If things go bad, Grakal would rather have one dragon coming out of bag than 4 enemies.
And make sure people talk one at a time.
Fair enough.
Grakal moves forward and smashes 3 of the talismans into bits with his halberd.
All right. With your magical halberd, enchanted by the light of the Summer Queen herself, you walk up to the small talismans, and with quick swoops, the blackened stone is cracked and scattered over the now deathly terrain. You walk up to the larger ones, line up your halberd, and the first one is destroyed. As the last one, the large one, with a nice set of chains. In total, it becomes like if you swoop up all of the chain of this talisman together, it becomes like a
The size of a backpack. or
yeah,
something.
like a pile the size of one of your backpacks almost.
Yeah.
Can we cut off the chains?
Why?
Well, they take up a lot of space. It's only the statue that we kind of want, right? Remove the chains.
We have space in bag.
Not that much. It's limited space. Let's
Oh,
just remove them, and I'll try and unhinge the chains.
I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
can
like
just-
you
Or
guys
smash it
already
open.
know that. You guys already know that the chains themselves are not magical. So it seems that that if it seems plausible what Allison is telling all y'all. So
Alright.
without much effort, with like magical weapons or just by a little bit of tinkering, the chain comes off, and the nice little, which now has become like a beautiful black statue. It has something eerie to it because you can still see that the 2 eyes of this black dragon are these dull red gemstones embedded in them. And again, also with this statue, you can see that it seems to have a slit in the front where the 2 wings of the dragon come together. And you've learned that from the other talismans, if it is boosted by negative energy, the wings open up and there is some space for some writing. The last time you did, you saw a small little, well, what do you call it, prayer of some sorts of the Court of Shadows. So you get that nice little statue and whoomp, throw it into the bag of holding, your interdimensional extra space, which makes things a lot easier to carry around.
It does.
With that being done, the pack moves away from this battlefield. There is now a approximately 40 or 50 feet circle where the green and lush terrain just suddenly turns over into a like moistureless like barren terrain, as if it is the heart of autumn. All of the leaves and all of the different plant life has all the moisture and life sucked out of it, and it's turned to brown, almost like crumbling at your feet. You leave this area to a somewhat more hospitable area where Allison begins to slowly take his time to make sure that no wound is unaccounted for. And we can say that indeed we take an hour to get everybody bandaged up and ready for the last leg of your journey. Right now, the late afternoon has come. It's about like 5 o'clock in the evening after, the late afternoon after this patching up of everybody. The sky itself is turning into a dark blue and purple, while you are now traveling the last leg of your journey in the shadows of the different overgrown mountains that this land is known for. We already rolled last time to see what happens this day, so the last leg of your journey for like another hour or two, you travel forward towards your destination, find a suitable place, and set up camp. As different watches are being held, food is prepared and eaten, all of you have a well-earned rest before we exit this rest site and enter into our last day of the journey. Looking at the map that you have of this land, together with the different pointers that you had gotten from another friend that you met a couple of days ago, you realized that it's probably like half a day's travel, like 4 hours or so, to get to the mountainside. And right now, as you are gazing through the tree line, you begin to realize which mountain it actually is and where on the mountainside the entrance should be towards a cave system where your enemies are holed up. A cave system that you yourself had found a couple of weeks prior. So, as this last day of travel is approaching, how would you guys like to proceed?
We're probably gonna face a lot of necrotic energy again. So during the nights that we've been, well, during the daily preparation, let me see if I still have some, but if I can make a couple of negative resistance potions, then I will.
All right.
And I'm gonna have a look if I can, so someone else can do their thing first.
Iroh's just thinking to himself, like, how did we work with necrotic energy and negative energy in the Shadowfell? What did we do again? It's just trying to find a way to deal with these kind of bad guys.
And then you remembered, did we even go there at all?
Yeah, fair.
Well, you were there for at least a short while.
But just us three, right?
Mhm.
Just us three. Okay, I have enough ingredients, so I'll be making as many a potion of resistant negative as I can.
All right. Okay, so you have the did you create potions? Technically it would be a little bit of retcon to say like, oh, now that I know this, did you make potions the other days while you were traveling here?
I haven't done anything during this travel yet.
All right. I'll let's see how this goes. Just roll me a crafting check.
I want to tell Allison something first.
Oh dear.
Shoot.
All right. So, in the evening, in the morning, we'll say, as Allison is preparing for the last leg of your journey, he is setting up his alchemical reagents to put the finishing touch on one of his potions. As Hannah walks over.
I can prepare resist energy as well, so if you can make anything else and that's more important to make that, and I'll put resist energy on my list.
What are you suggesting?
Well, I can prepare 2 resist energies on a lower level and 1 high one that I can cast on 2 of us.
So many choices.
Yeah, like
I
most
say
of the
still make them.
Yeah, most of the things that we need, we kind of already have. I have a couple of elixirs of life left as well. So I
Okay.
can give those around as well. And I think this is just the most optimal thing to build right now.
All right. So go ahead and make me a crafting check.
32.
32. All right. Let me just get the rules real quick, because that would be a DC of this level, which is it's a very hard DC of this level. So yeah, that's a success.
Cool.
So we'll say, let's see, and that's a crafting check, which becomes a critical success. Correct?
Agree.
All right. So with that, what you can do right now is wait. You wanted to create 4, right? How many?
I have
how many-
5 doses.
You have 5 doses. All right. So then you can, if you use up all 5 doses, we'll group it together for ease sake. If you group together all 5 doses, that would mean that you still needed to, pay up 45 gold pieces to get them completed all right now.
Okay, and if I were to make 3? Does that matter?
Let me get this out right here.
Guess we don't need more than one
You-
PP.
You're an expert in the crafting skill,
I'm
correct?
a master in crafting.
Oh, a master right now. Sweet. Okay, so yeah. So the negative resistance potions are high level and very valuable. Right now, with each day, you would get 10 gold pieces of worth off the price. One potion, after you have a critical success, still needs a quarter of the price. So you could get, we'll say you get 2 potions done without using any money in 4 days.
Sure, let's do that.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
So 2 potions are created. So you still have 3 doses left and 2 potions.
Yesh.
Just streamline the process a little bit.
Yep.
All right. And then, with that, as these potions of negative resistance are in your belt, you can begin your travels anew. And how do we do this? Are there any new tactics for this last day of travel? Are we guys just going with the normal flow of things?
I'm putting my weapon ally in the Midsummer Blade again,
Mhm.
and I will be traveling with my just that weapon out.
Mhm.
It is going to be in the form of a neck splitter,
Ooh, sweet.
and I will also keep my eye out and make perception checks.
Nice. All right, so the Midsummer Blade, normally a beautiful great sword of white metal with golden, beautifulness around it, now turns into this elongated white piece of wood, at which the end comes a large serrated blade of white metal. Although the blade itself is serrated in a way that depicts a beautiful white flame on that side, where the metal still, like normally neck splitters are these vicious things put together by orcs with like different teeth to depict like the open maw of some creature, but this just seems like a solar flare coming from one side of the weapon. Beautifully crafted. All right. So
I will change my tactic. I will make sure that we are not getting ambushed or walking into anything dangerous. So I'll
Very
be
well.
using perception.
very well. We still have 3 other party members that I need to hear what they're gonna do.
I'm gonna do the same as always.
All right, Hannah is leading the pack, quite literally. And
I think especially when we're getting closer, I'm just gonna keep an eye out, especially for like scouts, people that are maybe already looking for us. Just
very well.
probably enemies, and also treasure, but probably enemies.
Probably enemies, maybe treasure. All right, so with that, as the pack gets on with their adventure, everybody is keeping their eyes out to make sure that no enemy might assail them. I would like Hannah first to go ahead and make me a survival check to see if you can find your target location, and with how much effort.
26.
26, all right. And then perception checks for the rest of all y'all. Is it 26 including the +2 that you have because you are in the Cragged Hills, which you are
28. Nope.
There we
No.
go.
That's a 15.
15. That ain't so high. We still have 2.
14.
14 and 15. Great. Allison?
31.
31.
Oh, thank God.
There we go.
I combine both your scores and add to it.
There we go. All right, so let's get another. There we go.
Having a +18 helps.
It does indeed. It does indeed. So, the pack sets out on their journey. Hannah up front with her panther companion Malo at her side. You guys begin to trek forward and onward through the Cragged Hills, these forested slopes on different mountains and valleys. You find your way across different small ponds and creeks as you get closer and closer to your destination. This time, I'm gonna see what I roll. Let's see here. All right. As you guys are traveling forward, Hannah.
Yeah.
You walk, And as you eventually get further and further into the forest, something is pulling you to the side for a slight detour. There is something here in the area that pulls you in that direction. And as the rest of the party members eventually finds what you were looking for, you've seen many like ponds and puddles, different reductions in the landscape where water of all different sorts gathers around. And now that you're getting closer and closer to your quarry, most of these creeks and ponds seem brackish and still standing with like a lot of algae growing over them, giving like this little bit of a putrid scent. But right now, you lead the pack to a little pond of beautifully clear spring water. And Allison, as you take a look at it with your 31 perception, you begin to realize that at the bottom of this small pond, just below the dirt, you can see something. And as you walk up to it, you push the dirt away a little bit to expose a large slab of stonework in a language that none of you, with writing on it, in the language that none of you really know, but it does seem to be akin to the common language, like akin to the language of humans that has been like spread over the entire continent.
Can I make a scribing lore check to see what language?
You can indeed. And you just took a shot, Allison?
I drink a elixir that makes me read stuff.
All right.
Wait, before you read, I want to know what you're gonna read.
Go do him first. Let's see if he...
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm just gonna say, oh, it's this, and then Edison's gonna say, yeah, and it's gonna say this. It's gonna be in a total a 29.
29. All right.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to make out. It's like ye old English. So although it is difficult to read with a scribe lore check, you can decipher it rather quickly, as well as Allison. After uncovering this stone slab, you see that it is a circular stone set in the middle of this small pond with writing that starts at one of the edges and then like twirls inward until it reaches the middle. And it simply reads, let this water feed the roots.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay. Does someone have... Hannah, can you see what kind of magic this thing holds?
And Ira just starts
I can
filling up his
try.
flasks. Just, ooh, water.
I do detect magic.
All right. As you stamp your staff onto the ground, boom, a pulse of magical detection washes outward and forward. And as it reaches the water, you see or feel or read. It's like hard to describe how it is to actually cast these sorts of spells and know what is out there. But the aura of this puddle of water itself gives off a little bit of a, it's slight, but a abjuration magic. The school of protection and warding. And the stone slab itself gives off a, I'm not gonna say strong, but stable. You realize that this stone slab is very old and just slowly but surely working its magic, quite literally. And that would have a, I guess enchantment as a school of magic.
Right. I tell this to the group.
And now the group knows.
So, I think this is kind of up to you. Would you like to have this thing be kept in this pond? Or do we have a better purpose for it?
Oh, the stone slab, by the way,
Oh,
is
it's inside.
It's like a meter
Oh, never
in
mind.
radius. So
I thought
you
it was-
could perhaps take it with you, but it's quite large.
I thought it was like a
Revolve,
tablet.
worry.
Let's keep it here.
Alright.
Garkal has not drank fresh water like this for 6 days now, so he's gonna start He's gonna go on all fours
Fair.
as he starts drinking
Very well.
from the pond, looking up like a predator who's making sure there are no rivals approaching him as he gulps
All right.
up.
And as you begin to drink, first off, after the first sip of water, it is beautiful, it is refreshing, and your thirst is instantly quenched. But you can continue to drink because it is just like a joy for you to consume this water, and you feel invigorated, as it seems to. You know how on a very hot day, the first sip of cold water, you can actually like feel it enter your entire system. This does the same, and with that, this sparkling fresh water seems to invigorate your entire body. For the rest of the day, you have a +1 on your fortitude saves.
Nice.
I'm a drink as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Carl
filling
just
up water
mentions
skins.
out, this is great water. Drink. All drink.
I'll
Right.
And I fill up my water pouch with it too.
yeah, I'll make sure to get a sample of it as well. I kind of want to
Alright.
see if I can do anything with this.
Very well. So, Allison takes a sample as well as fill his water skin with this, what seems to be blessed spring water, as well as that everybody takes a few good gulps to feel refreshed.
Most definitely.
And with that, everybody gets a +1 in fortitude saves.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Is it an item
Alright.
bonus? What kind of bonus is it?
It is technically an item bonus.
Okay.
It functions as a potion, basically.
Good.
All right. And with that +1 bonus under your belt, after filling your water skins, you travel forward. And after a couple of half hours, I would say, after approximately 1.5 to 2 hours, you get to the foot of the mountain. And here where the valley ends and the climb begins, Hannah knows that the eventual entrance into this mountain is very close. It seems that the journey of the pack has come to an end. The sun is still high, as it is approximately 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What would you guys like to do?
Perfect. I say we go on.
Yeah,
We're almost there.
during
Yeah.
the day, if I think we're having more luck during the day than not. Like all of them have dark vision, like extreme dark vision. I think we'll be doing ourselves a bad one if we were to engage during the night.
Right.
So I guess we're gonna go.
How long do your potions last for?
I think these are 10 minutes or something like that. Let me see. Resist energy, what was it? Probably.
Potion of resist energy.
Well, resist
Uh,
energy doesn't.
Yeah, this one is a special one.
Oh, okay.
So this is 10 minutes.
Okay. In that case, Gurkal suggests drinking them upon actually entering the cave.
All right.
I
Who's
say
gonna
we
drink
just follow.
Who's gonna drink them? There are only two.
Gurkal looks around and he looks at Iroh. Iroh, must have talk.
Yes.
Maybe you drink potion, but must not do like last battle.
Like last battle.
Stand off to the side.
Yeah, if they're gonna fly, I can't reach him. I'm small, man.
Must surround enemy. Must work together. The pack must work as one. Focus on one.
Oh, I was fighting. I can't reach. My hands only go that far.
Then, Iroh fight next to me. We draw. Attention. Then, the two of you behind. Iroh and Gurkal drink potion, yes?
Yeah, cool. Cool.
I'm okay with this.
Okay. Hannah?
Sure.
Very well.
Then, we shall do it this way. And we shall destroy Vampire. Again. This time,
All
no
right.
fight.
At the foot of this lush mountain, the pack gathers its strength. Potions are distributed to make sure that everybody can have a little bit of magical boon with them. Before you lies a beautiful overgrown mountain with somewhere the entrance to a cave system. where your quarry, a vampire count, lies in waiting. Allison.
Do I have any stories about vampires and how to actually kill them?
You have already tried to make those
this?
checks when you found it for the first time, so I'm afraid I'm not allowed to give you any more.
Yeah, I'm not sure
information
what
on
I
that.
remember about that one.
You remembered,
Very little.
Yeah, you remembered the standard stories, but you have no idea if they are actually true. Like,
Okay, so
Yeah, garlic,
Yeah,
steak,
the
that kind
things-
of stuff.
But did
Yeah.
I make a check?
everybody made checks. Everybody made checks.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
okay, in that case, I am, just to be sure, gonna get a branch out and I'm gonna make a steak. Just to be sure.
All right. Yeah. So basically, what you have heard is those creatures do not like sunlight, and that has become very clear with the Midsummer Blade. You've heard like garlic and crosses and steaks, something with stakes to the heart or something, but that's about it. Sure, go ahead and make me a crafting check.
29.
29. Congrats, you are a true hero. You are capable of cutting down a branch and sharpening it to a point.
Yay! We're gonna get.
Alright.
We're gonna search for the entrance
Nice.
if we haven't found it yet.
All right, then.
Lenore followed it around, didn't it?
Yeah, for this last couple of minutes of travel before you actually get upon the problem area, Lenore, indeed, the small raven familiar of Iroh, can now lead you to the for the last few legs of the journey. As she flies off, you can see her circling above, guiding you towards the entrance as you begin your trek up the mountainside. Still, this mountainside, completely overgrown, lush green everywhere, and you sometimes have to slash a couple of bushes away to get up, and it is a heavy climb. It is difficult to do. But after no more than 5 to 10 minutes, you find what you are looking for. As the Raven familiar once again lands on Iroh's shoulder, you can see a nice little cave entrance. All of you, go ahead and make me perception checks, real quick.
You've been
We're
fed,
here.
Wouter.
Oh dear. By whom?
Mariska.
Thank you, Mariska. I will take a nice little snack.
There's
I bought cherries. Like the cherry.
for me it's 20, not natural.
rolling
This
high
candy isn't
again.
natural either.
27 for me.
27?
Yeah.
26.
Rolled pretty poorly for my doing. 22.
22.
Natural 4.
Alright. You guys came from the side to this cave entrance, but what you see already, it is not easy to spot, but one small protrusion comes through the otherwise dirt exterior of the cave entrance, and you see that in the mountain, some very, very long time ago, there was an actual carved staircase to this location. But seeing only one slight step pierce through the otherwise exterior overgrown with all different types of vegetation and dirt. As you step to the top of the cave entrance, you can now also take a look down and see that the foliage is way less dense one path downward. Only noticeable now that you are here at the entrance. But giving you a little bit of an idea of how old this cave network is, and that it had at least some purpose. As you creep up to the side, you didn't roll stealth checks, so you were just gazing inward. And this could have gone very wrong for all of you, but it seems that right now, as you are just walking up to the entrance, you don't hear anything, and you don't see anything, as what seems to be not natural. It seems to be carved, but fallen to ruin tunnel is moving deep and deep into the mountain. You can see now that It goes on for what seems to be like 40, 50 feet before it curves off too much to one side so that you can't look even further. But this is the place to be. The entrance itself is about 10 to 15 feet wide. So what will be the marching order here? So you could, if you would want to, at least at the beginning, walk with 3 guys side by side.
Okay. Then Gurkal to the left, I to the right, Allison in the middle, and Hannah at the back.
Right.
Gurkal, say, and I pull out the torch because it's gonna get dark in there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
So I pull out the ever-burning torch from under my chest plate and I hang it over my self.
Right.
Gurkal, say, Gurkal, not in front, but Allison, silent in front, in darkness. Then Hannah and Iroh, silent behind, in darkness. Then enemies come for Gurkal. Yes?
I can consume a potion that makes me be able to look in the dark, so that would work. I can
Yes.
do that.
But we would be in Hannah and me would be in the dark, or Hannah and I actually. But we wouldn't be able to see, but they can see in the dark, right?
Probably.
You're pretty sure that these guys are very akin to the dark. They
So
what you have learned from the Darklings is that which is like the group of humanoids that you were fighting. The Darklings had been banished from the Seelie courts, the court of fake creatures, a very long time ago, and while that was happening, they were simultaneously cursed, so that they cannot gaze into the light. Basically, the curse was that anytime they would see the beautiful light of the sun, they would internalize it, and it would be very detrimental to them, aging them very rapidly, basically killing them from the inside out.
I can.
You first.
So in that case, it wouldn't be really of an essence for Hannah and me to walk behind you, hidden in the darkness, because we're in fact not hidden.
I can help one other person. I have one more elixir.
I can cast dancing lights. If they
Yeah,
can see
I
us
mean-
anyway.
Yeah.
And
I would stick to Hannah then.
And what you also know is that when Lenore scouted the first area of the tunnel would eventually come towards a wall with a door. Is
Alright.
like the little bit of information that the crow could, the raven could tell all of you.
We have encountered their magic before, and they cast shadow things a lot. So
Very
I would
spooky.
say Gurkal looks at Allison. If I may, will take.
I twirled the flask in between my fingers and I hand it over to you.
So how long does it last for? Or is Gurkal?
I think this
Starts
one
drinking
is
it?
an hour.
Oh, sweet.
Dark vision. Well, take a look for that. I don't
Let
know.
me just make sure indeed.
All right. And
Oh no, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
There we
10
go.
minutes. All right, and then as we start moving in, I also take the and Gurkal just starts walking forward as he takes the potion of resist negative energy. How much resistance is that?
5.
5,
Okay.
5.
Resist
4.
All right. So what I'm gonna
No,
do,
5. No.
I'm gonna use
5.
I'm gonna use different tactics slightly. So I've
Mhm.
got the two-handed neck splitter.
Mhm.
I've been just looking up the rules. I can't hold it with one hand. I just can't wield it with one hand. So I'm gonna hold out my shield and raise it in front of me with the neck splitter. I'm just gonna drop it as soon as we get into combat, but
All
just
right.
so I have the +2 AC at the beginning.
Sweet.
Makes sense. Okay. Allison's gonna move like 20, 30 feet in front, maybe a little bit more, and gonna stealth and take the advantage of his dark vision.
All right. Then, with that, I would like everybody to go ahead and roll stealth checks for me. So you guys are sneaking.
I'm gonna use a hero point on this one because a natural 2 is not to my liking.
Same for me.
Oof.
Yeah. It's better.
I have a 27.
I have a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice. You're rolling extremely well.
It's at this point, it's just implausible. Anyway, that's
Yes,
a,
quite implausible. Hmm.
that's a 31 total.
Nice.
Wow.
And then, like, whatever the critical success on that is.
Good question.
I also have 27.
Woohoo! All right, so
I have a 30 for Melo and a 31 for Hannah.
Melo is also doing really well lately.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's nothing for a critical success, I'm afraid. But still, though, so even if they would see you like roll high enough, because it's a critical success, it still becomes a success. So they need to do more than roll critical.
It's so silent right now, we don't even hear the clinking of Kurkal's armor at the moment.
Oh no, indeed. All right, so with those stealth checks, everybody is moving forward, and Allison was up front or Grukal?
I am.
Allison's up front. All right, so as you guys are moving forward, slowly but surely, step by step, this cave system turns one corner, and then Allison, as in front, you can see another corner turn. From out the corner of your eye, you see something else, as a little bit of magical energy inscribed on the wall as you walk past it ignites as a rune is activated and slashes at you. Yes?
With my feet, I can just look around me without actually having
I know.
to invest. Okay.
I know, but what happens with runes is, as you remember from the last time that you saw runes, they are invisible to the naked eye and can only be seen by magical means. At which moment, a dark tendril lashes out at you. At which moment, I would like you to go ahead and make me a... Where is it? Yada yada. Oh no, wait, no, you're not gonna do anything. I'm gonna do something
Oh,
against
good,
you.
because I rolled a 2.
All right. Against your flat-footed DC, because you do not know the frick what's going on. This is a 32 to hit. Sorry, 31.
That hits.
All right. So with that, I would like you to also go ahead and make a fortitude saving throw now that it has hit.
25.
25. All right. So you take a total of 25 points of negative damage as this dark tendril and tries to suck out your life force and then retract into the rune on the wall. But it doesn't succeed in also giving you the drained condition. So your life force is still your own, but you still take the 25 points of damage. And then you can see for a moment, briefly, that the rune itself fades away, slowly but surely.
I sigh. I walk back to the party. Hannah, I need you with me. You can
Why?
see magical things. I cannot.
Oh,
Allison doesn't look so well.
but okay.
Can you please cast Detect Magic as we continue? Thank you.
All right.
Allison's very sad.
Turning another corner with your Detect Magic, you eventually you find two things. First off, the one rune that Allison was hit by is still there, but it seems to be dormant for time, and you don't see it flare up as quickly that you think like it's gonna come back in like a minute, or like you have time.
Can I scratch out the rune?
You can't really see it, but you could try to just scratch at the wall.
I'll try where I previously saw the rune. I'll try and scratch it. Or I'll ask Hannah where it's positioned, because Hannah can locate it.
All right.
I pointed out.
All right, so looking at the rune, how would you like to proceed and try to scratch this thing off?
So, I know my way around runes. I have rune lore, and I'd like to think of a way like, okay, how can I not blow this thing up, and still dismantle it. First, like to have a thought. Okay, how the fuck does this actually work?
As you start scratching or doing whatever, Gurkal holds your hand. Make no sound.
I won't.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and make me an Arcana or Occult check for this one.
Not my rune lore.
Yeah, sure. Rune lore can also work in this one. Yes.
25 rune lore.
25. All right, that's enough. This is what you get from the information that Hannah gives you. This seems to be an intricately carved rune. It can be removed by the use of damage, by just like damaging the rune itself and stonework. It'll take some time though. Like it has a hefty amount of hit points, but it can be done.
Would I have a kind of an indication how long? Like if we're gonna have to stay here for 20 minutes, then that's not kind of worth it. Or it would be worth it, but
if you want to be quiet about it, you can't just go swing wildly. Like a couple of good hits on it would render it useless. But if you want to stay quiet, you can't really go around like smacking heavy weaponry around. So then you have to be like, if you're just gonna like silently scratch it away, that's going to be difficult.
Okay,
that's just gonna take like minutes, I guess.
I'll look behind me. Do we have 10 minutes? Maybe Gurkal can even heal me then.
No.
We should go.
Okay. They're not unaware of her presence currently.
Yes. I have taken your drinks. So have you.
Fair enough. We continue.
All right. Then, with Hannah at the helm, you continue another curve in the wall until right now, as this curve is taken, you see that now that you have traveled 200 feet slightly downward into the mountainside, this last curve reveals a wooden wall that has been built to fill up the entirety of this cave network, where you can see that the cave itself is sprouting outward into a somewhat larger cavern. It has been completely filled up with a wooden wall, like hand fitted to be like a total cork, if you will, on this establishment, with one nice, neatly large double wooden door at the ready, like 10 to 15 feet on each side, like large barn doors.
Are there any runes on this thing as well?
What's the range on, do you want to walk up to it? 30 feet. All right. Then as you see this curve, you do see that about 15 feet away from the wall itself, there is another rune of the same design carved on the stone wall.
I pointed out.
Is this avoidable?
The last time that you walked past this rune, it was 10 feet away with you and it lashed out. As you stand at the far side of the wall, you could get 15 feet away from this rune.
Can we throw something at it, like a stone or something?
You could surely do that.
Probably
As you guys are standing here, like debating, talking over this, or just thinking about it, you do hear from the other side of this wooden wall, Forana, Selfora, Istara, Uraktir, Foresta, Ista, Fora. You have heard Shadow speak many times before by your enemies. You hear at least 3 different voices from the other side.
Let us move far. Far from ruin. Gurkal, go first. We lose surprise once we go in. Yes?
Don't think there's any other options.
Good. Then let us be quiet. We're hunting darklings. And Gurkal just goes first, roughly around where Hannah says the ruin is, and he just tries to skim along the wall as far as he can to see if he triggers it. He's holding up his shield towards it, just kind of fearful still of...
All right. What was your No, never mind. I just need to look something up.
The range.
Yep.
Well, if there's
So, Esquircall is moving along the side, the rune. The tendril lashes out against Gricall. Coming in for a 24 to hit.
It's a total miss.
All right. So the large tendril boom, hits to the shield and then retracts, unable to grasp the essence of this living creature. But as it does, you can hear from the other side, shh. Fora, fora, fora. Couple of footfalls.
we get in an ambush, like next to the walls.
All right, so for this, let me turn our attention to a new battle map for a moment. Not yet.
So exciting!
Not yet.
So, Hannah, do you have like? Gricall would have spoken this over with you. Do you have like a wind spell or like a gust prepared? I don't know. No? Okay, fair.
All right, so
Do you have like a boom spell prepared?
Because we're gonna huff and we're gonna puff. But I guess I'll do all the work then.
all right, so everybody, as you guys are walking towards the cave system, then let me burn. This is what you see.
All right, let me change that one around. There you go.
There we go, indeed. So this is the wooden wall in front of all y'all. Sorry for the darkness, but there's a lot that you still cannot see. So you can move your characters at your leisure, as well as put your hit points that you have now as a maximum. Allison, what is your hit point maximum? I'll change yours.
64.
64?
Yeah.
All right. No. You had 25 points of damage.
Then 40, but my hit point maximum is 64. So
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So you had 24 points of damage, so that's 40. There we go. All right. So this is what you are dealing with right now, and you can position yourselves at your leisure. Where do you guys want to walk up? What do you guys want to do?
I feel like just in the corner on the wooden palisade, basically. We're just gonna put our backs against it, and if people walk in, we're gonna grab them, snatch them.
So Allison wants to stand right there.
I'd say so. If the door's north from there, then yeah.
Yeah. Let me reveal another square for a second.
Shackle.
Right there. There we go. So now you can see the whole palisade, I think.
Yeah, I feel like maybe one. Yeah, who's gonna grab him? I feel like Gricall. So Gricall first, and then everyone in the back. Like Gricall's just gonna drag the person in, I suppose, and we're just gonna slaughter it.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Dear. I revealed something. I was supposed to hide stuff.
Oh no!
Forget what you saw for a second. There you go.
Luckily, I am blind.
So guys, move your characters at the battle map. Like, where do you want to go? I can't decide that for you.
So, yeah, Gricall's gonna stand in front of the door.
Yeah, I'll move one next closer to Gricall then.
Right there.
Yeah.
I will fill that void.
All right.
And I will have my shield raised. You want me to pull in?
Yes. Drag him in between of us.
I guess I just sheathe my weapon, have my shield in one hand, or do I want my weapon? No, I want my weapon. So I put away my shield and I grab my halberd. Neck splitter. Sorry, keeps transporting. The Midsummer neck splitter. And I stand at the ready with one hand free.
All right.
Everyone else is in place. We're just gonna stealth and ambush them.
Okay, so you are standing. You don't hear any noise from the other side. A couple of seconds go past.
Someone. Iroh. Do crow thing you did before. or other sound. You made bad sound before.
A bad sound?
Yes. Words are difficult. You want to tate. Imitate.
Oh. You mean like...
Go. Lure.
Like-
You must
Okay.
go.
Go!
Go ahead and make a deception check.
It's gonna be the best crow you've ever heard.
We'll see about that.
Why not just make Lenore make a sound? Like,
Oh no. It's gonna be great. A deception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
A 33.
33.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
rolled a 19.
As Iroh is standing there, caw, caw, you hear a voice from the other side. Hi! Boom! And slam against the wood a couple of times. Boom, 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 boom.
I think you're muted or something.
Yeah,
We can't
I'm
hear you.
not sure. Yeah, we don't hear anything coming from Maxime's side right now.
Oh, but I have to
Okay.
talk a little bit and then. So Iroh's just standing there. Go! Go! Go!
So,
I think
so
the
what are
hilarious
what are
part
you?
is that
Okay.
he's imitating a raven while he's got an actual fucking raven on his shoulder.
So what are you trying to do with those noises? What are you trying to imitate that this raven is doing? Because I'm not really sure.
There are ravens crowing. That's the caw. Then there are fluttering. That's the. And then they're picking at the doors and such and stuff.
Ah, okay. Go ahead and make another deception check for me.
Let me in! Let me in!
Allison shouts.
That's a 32. That's an 18.
32. All right.
A 32, yeah.
With that, hi, hi! Like the shouting continues for a little bit, and eventually, and one of the doors is opened, and you can see that the head of one of the Darklings is pointed outward, and his eyes go wide for a second, as he now stands basically there in the door opening.
Well,
What would you guys
go
like?
ahead.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, yeah, Grakal pulls him in. Or out,
Alright,
I suppose.
So go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
That is a natural 10 plus 16 is 26 against his, I guess, yeah, Fortitude DC.
All right, so with that, he is grappled and just dragged out of the opening. And go ahead and make a perception check for me, Grakal, real quick.
That's an 8 plus 9, I think. Yeah, is 17.
17. All right, you didn't really see what is behind there, but you do hear a couple of other voices coming from the other side, as you have basically just like this guy opened the door to shoo away the birds, and now he's just grabbed away without a sound. And as you can hear all the different footfalls from the other side, like shouting things to each other, not really sure what to do. What is the rest doing as this guy is pulled out of the door opening?
He's gonna explode if I kill him. I'm gonna stab him anyway.
All right, so Allison is going to do stabbing. So Allison takes a step so he can stab, and he will do just that. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Alright. Just gonna roll 3 times, and this thing is just gonna explode in our face. That's gonna
We'll
be
see
fine.
what happens.
You,
Well,
like, you already took a step, so then 2 times probably, right?
2 times, yeah. 2 times.
2 times.
32
That's a critical hit, as he is flat-footed.
and a 32.
All right, 2 critical hits. So, he has, again, weakness 5 against the beautiful metal of your blade. So go ahead and add 20 in total, because there are critical hits.
Okay. Yeah, this is just gonna
Yeah.
hurt. I'm not sure if he's gonna be alive after this. Should I just roll once and double it?
Yeah,
times
quadruple it. Yeah, roll once and quad it.
6, 6, 6, 5 on the die. This motherfucker is gone. He's like,
So what's the total?
okay, 12, 18, 23 plus 7 is 30 plus plus 14. So 23 plus 14 is 37. And
that
that's
times 2 then.
Yeah.
All right, so 74 points of damage. So what happens? Like the view from the other side is beautiful because like this guy opens the door, and he's gone. With one quick slash, like Grakal, you grab this individual, get him over, and put him beautifully in view of Allison, and with one deft strike, sink! Neck is split open, blood pours, and with that, a dark explosion. The body is still there. This guy is actually here. Although I would like everybody within 5 feet of this guy, so that's going to be Grakal and Allison, to go ahead and make fortitude saving throws for me, please.
Fortitude. That is a 29, baby.
Ooh, nice. Save.
I saw this coming. Natural 1.
Hey, beautiful. All right, so let's see here. That is 15. All right, so that's 17, 34 points of damage to Allison, and 17 to. Oh, sorry. What? No.
Out of
8.
29.
8 to Grakal. This is negative damage, so you guys do have resistance 5 for this, I believe, right?
Just me.
Not me.
All right. So,
So that was 8 minus 5 for me.
Okay, so Allison is already at 6 hit points right now.
Yeah.
As this explosion of necrotic energy flashes in its face, with the sudden retrieval and killing of their friend, the necrotic energy seeps through the open door opening. You can hear the other Darklings from the other side mutter a few words against each other, as you are still on the opposing side of the wall, and begin to plan how you will assail their stronghold. And we will end tonight's session on this cliffhanger.
Wait. So basically what my first plan was as Grakal and as Charlie, well, first Charlie, then Grakal, I'm the evil mastermind,
of course,
was to actually use my fire breath on the palisade, light it on fire, and
Smoke 'em out.
then you just gust of winded into the cave system to just completely. I assume vampires need to breathe. I don't know, but let's try out, But unfortunately, that was not an option this time.
I'm sorry.
It would have been.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure we'll get to literally smoking out enemies sometime.
Probably.
well, you'll have enemies, to say the least. I mean, like that's
If we don't die.
like what you do is on your shoulders, but
Oh,
enemies
still-
I will provide.
So negative, Crystal. I mean, you were like, "Oh no, we're gonna die against the dragons." We beat the dragons every
I keep
time.
assuming
Every
we
time.
just die.
I
you
have,
guys-
I have 6 HP left.
Alison's
get
going
there,
to
buddy.
die.
We'll get there,
Yeah.
buddy.
So you have just slain 2 shadow dragons with their riders. Mind you, they are apparitions only. They are only the apparitions from their own dimension, and you've learned that the apparitions themselves are a little bit weakened compared to their real counterparts.
Yeah.
However, 2 dragons with riders, a single Darkling agent, which you have slain many before. But yeah, we'll see how this goes next week. You are in the belly of the beast, somewhere deep within. Count Fairwind's vampire mist had returned to its coffin. So yeah, I've a nice little dungeon laid out for y'all. So that's gonna be fun.
Nice. Looking forward to a dungeon
yeah.
again as Grakal.
Hell yeah. For now, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to tune into our social media where we will share all different types of things. Now that we have had beautiful dragons and riders, this week I will also bring out the stat blocks for those beautiful creations, because there are way too little like ways of incorporating dragons in campaigns. Like the normal books, it's just like, this is a dragon, like with riders though, and with like the special things and that sort of stuff. So that's something I'm gonna throw out there. Will be on our social media. For the ones that tuned in later, we have a new summary video. So if you are not up to speed, watch that one, and then you are all set to tune into our next episode. And that's all I have to say for now. So hell yeah. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We love you. Enjoy the last hour of your weekend, and we hope to see you next Friday, where I will be streaming all by my lonesome, and I'll be playing a beautiful little game known as Hollow Knight. So hell yeah. So if you just want to hang out with me in the chat while I play a beautiful little game, come do that. I have a lot of lore and game mechanic things that I have learned about that game, which I would love to talk about. And otherwise, we will see you on Sunday when we continue this adventure. Hell yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Now go!
Bye.